Well, let's speak now to Olivier Weber, who is a writer, diplomat and senior reporter. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, with 70,000 people now reported to have fled Nagorno-Karabakh and the apparatus of state being dissolved, I mean, this really does look, doesn't it, like the end of that enclave?
Yeah, sure. This is the end of this enclave, and it's Armenian for centuries and centuries, because the population was mainly, 99% population was Armenian. And there's no guarantees given by the regime of Azerbaijan, by the President Aliyev, for this ethnic Armenian. And this is a kind of ethnic and religious cleansing, launched with the blocus, but not only, this enclave is totally blocked for now 9 months, since December 7th. So this is a strategy, actually, a kind of planification of ethnic cleansing and mass deportation also. And after once also the box is closed, you are waiting. There was a kind of hunger also for the young people, at least 30,000 of the population are children. And once you are opening the box, everybody wants to leave. And it will be a huge burden for the Republic of Armenia, which is populated of 3 million and hosting more than 100,000 people coming in, with the new refugees. It will be a huge burden for them.
How do you think this changes the balance of power in the region, Olivier?
Yeah, it means there will be a push, actually, between the two presidents. First, president of Azerbaijan, Aliyev, which is a dictator, and the country is amongst the worst, let's say, with the indices of the different NGOs fighting for protection of human rights, President Aliyev, and then also Turkish President Mr. Erdogan. They have common interests. Actually, Azerbaijan is populated by Azeri coming with Turkish origin, and this is nearly the same language. There's some, let's say, compromise to open a kind of a Silk Road or Turkish Silk Road from the Bosphorus and Istanbul toward the Turkish-speaking countries like Kyrgyzstan. And so on. In the middle, you have two entities who blocked this big project of a new kind of pan-Turkish empire, which is Armenia and Karabakh. And there was a meeting this beginning of the week, actually Tuesday, between Aliyev and President Erdogan in Yerevan, which is another enclave, and given by Stalin also to Azerbaijan, beginning of the century. And they say now the turn is to Armenia. So they want to open a kind of corridor called Zangezur or Megris corridor to have a direct link between Azerbaijan and Turkey by road. And this is very dangerous for all the country and maybe a part of the world also.
Yeah, so that suggests, doesn't it, that Nagorno-Karabakh is not the last ambition when it comes to territory that Azerbaijan may be harbouring. And the Armenians all the while saying they've been abandoned by the West. It does look like they have, doesn't it?
It is. There will be a few humanitarian help, as you mentioned, your correspondent, with the International Red Cross, also some bilateral aid coming from different countries like France and US and so on. But it's a little, what's happening now in this region is a kind of game of what I call in my books the new empire, neo-empire. It means empire who are rebuilding, like Iran, Russia, and Turkey in the region. And they are pushing on the borders, and the borders are very volatile. And the second question is about the, let's say, the fact that Armenia is in a kind of black hole regarding the war in Ukraine. So everybody is paying attention to Ukraine and nobody about South Caucasus. So it was also one of the aim, one of the strategy of President Aliyev of Azerbaijan to attack and to create a blocus, because the blocus since December 7 is against all the international convention of human rights I used to manage and to defend when I was ambassador of human rights for France at the UN. And it means that, okay, he is not afraid of any sanction. And so international community must take some sanction. And the French regime, the French government must put on the table in the UN a resolution against the violation of human rights in the area.
OK, well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. I'm afraid we're out of time. Olivier Weber, writer, diplomat and senior reporter, thank you so much for your time.